meeting of the Cheshire Zoning Board of Appeals of January 4th, 2021. Jackie, can you do the roll call?
Yes, I can. Marion Nero,
Here.
Jackie Sancy here. Agnes White, Christine Norton, Gerald Devine, Douglas Noble,
Here. Miss Christine.
Ginny O'Gurk, and Mr. Hilsinger.
Here.
Okay.
Jackie, Christine just logged on after you called her name, so she is here.
He's here, okay?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. So we have 5. Okay.
More.
So we have a quorum, and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay, the first thing on the agenda is we have to do the election of officers. Okay, and I need a, let's see, here we go.
Keep all the officers we already have.
What was that?
But I would like to keep Marion and Jackie. I mean, I don't think we need to change anybody at this point. I'd like to put both of you up.
Okay, so we'll do the chairman first. Okay, so I've been nominated to be chairman. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All right. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? There being none, the vote passes, and I will be chairman for the next year. Okay. Thank you very much. Now I need a nomination for secretary, and Jackie's been nominated for secretary. Do I have a second? For Jackie for secretary?
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, Jackie will be secretary for another year. Okay.
Buddy.
All right, so that is done. All right. Now we have to accept the meeting minutes from October 5th, 2020. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion.
Okay, and a second?
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Doug motions to accept and Jackie seconds. And so there we have the minutes of the October 5th, 2020 meeting has been accepted. All right. Do we have any communications for this application? Anything that has to be read into the minutes?
No, there aren't any, but as I emailed you earlier, Suzanne is here with us. And so if there are any public comments, she will be taking them.
Okay, all right. Okay, Jackie, can you read the legal notice?
Yes, I can. The application of Paul D. Clement, 37 Cherrywood Circle, Cheshire, Connecticut, 06410, requesting a variance of section 32, Schedule B, dimensional requirements, requesting a 24.9-foot sideline variance of the required 30-foot sideline setback for a garage. The resulting sideline setback requested is 5.1 feet. The property is located at 37 Cherrywood Circle, Cheshire, Connecticut, 06410. It's generally shown on Assessor's Map number 85, lot number 156 in an R40 zone.
Okay. Do we have Mr. DeClement?
Here.
Okay. We have 5 voting members. You need to have 4 in the affirmative in order for your application to be approved. All
Okay.
right. So now we just need for you to explain to us exactly what it is you're proposing.
Okay,
I'm looking to put up a detached garage on the south end of my property. The property is zoned R40, so I need to follow R40 setbacks, which are 30 feet. However, my property is less than half of that. It's under a half an acre is the actual size, which I understand the setbacks would only be 12 feet each side. So I'm asking for the variance just so I can put the garage up because my home is located in the middle of my property. So right with the R40 setbacks, I've got approximately 70 feet that I can't use because of the setbacks. So I'm trying to get it approved so I can put up a detached garage.
Okay. I see you have city water, sewer, so you're not, there's nothing involved as far as septic or anything like that.
Correct. City water,
Okay.
septic, and the garage will actually be located behind my house. So the front of the garage will be approximately 15 feet behind the back wall of the house on that side.
Okay, and I also noted that you did submit an A2 survey with this application. Okay. Okay, do any board members have any questions?
Gary has one. I have a question. Mr. DeClement?
Yes.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay. Mr. DeClement, you have an existing garage already on your property.
I have an existing attached single car garage, correct?
And how big are you trying to build a garage? Because I noticed there's a RV outside of the garage.
Yes, the RV is currently for sale. It's been for sale for about a year. So that's going as soon as I can get rid of it. The garage is going to be located behind the RV, and it's 22 feet wide, 32 feet deep. I do have the RV listed with a broker to try to move it quicker.
Now, did you have to get a variance to build that initial garage?
To do what?
Did you have to get a variance to build that garage?
The initial garage that there's now, did that come with the house?
That was on the house when I bought it.
Okay, yeah.
And Jerry, there's no variances with the property now.
Oh, I did see that. I was just curious.
Mike, I have a question for you. What is the total square footage you can have on a piece of property from a percentage standpoint? Is it 52%?
For R40, it's only 10%.
It's only 10%.
Yes.
So what do we have, you think, on this map, considering the house and the new garage?
I haven't done the calculations. I'd have to do that quick.
The house is currently just under 1,400 square feet.
Okay. And what was the size of the garage? I'm sorry.
22 by 32.
Do we have any other questions?
I just need to know what the, I have to look it up. Otherwise, the acreage, the GIS acreage on the property.
It's, according to the map, it's 0.42 acres, which comes out to 18,295.2 square feet.
Yeah, so that would put it at 11.5% lot coverage. which would be over by 1.5.
Is there a way to make the garage a little smaller to meet the requirements? Is that a possibility? And maybe move it around a little bit on the property?
I just don't have the room. I mean, that's a 22-foot wide is about as narrow as I can get a 2-car garage. I don't want to, in order for me to pull in on a driveway, that's about the smallest I can get. I do see that on the coverage for an R20 lot. Is it correct that it's 15%?
R20 is 15%, which, yes.
So would I fall? I mean, because I'm R40, but I don't have R40.
Right, it's an that is one of the main issues over there, is that it's R40 zoned, but all the properties are R20. They're all 20,000 square feet or less. So which is that's what he's saying about the coverage, just to make that clear.
I noticed though that most of the lots in that area are half-acre lots. The only ones that are total acre lots are the ones that are on the side of him, which go into Cook Hill. But the
Well, that's
majority of the acreage in his neighborhood, they're half-acre lots.
Correct. Those homes that are on Cook Hill, those are very old homes. And I think some of those were actually maybe the original farms for that property. I think one of them was. But my whole neighborhood, my street actually is all Cape Cod style homes. So they're 2-story homes and they have a much smaller footprint. My house is the only house on the street that is a ranch. So it has a larger footprint.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. All right.
I have a question. To the left of your house, what was that empty lot that's right next to the RV?
Oh, that's my neighbor's property. That's
He has a lot of property.
he has an acre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kenny Wert's property. You can't see his house from I can barely see his house through the trees.
Have you had conversations and have you sent out notifications to your neighbors? Has been any objections or?
I sent out notifications. I did put my phone number that if they had any questions about the garage, they can feel free to call me. I haven't heard anything. I am quite friendly with my neighbor, Kenny Wertz. We've discussed it a few times and he didn't have nothing that he addressed to me, any concerns.
How tall is this garage going to be?
The same as my ranch house, like a single level.
Okay.
So I'm looking at your map here. What if you were to shorten the garage? How much would he need to shorten the garage? Not the width, but the length, the depth. 32 feet to make the 10%, Mike.
Yeah, I've been trying to run through some calculations now.
The reason I have that length is there's a shed on the property that needs to be rebuilt. So I was hoping I could just take the shed down and incorporate the shed space into the garage and just have one outbuilding and not two.
So we're putting you to work tonight, Mike.
I know. I keep hitting the wrong numbers on the my thing. Trying to go too fast. Well, if it was a 22 by 22, that would bring them down to 10.2.
22 by 22, so basically a square.
Well, one of the problems I have with the garage that's on my house is my vehicle doesn't fit and it's 22 deep. So that's why I wanted the longer one so I can get my pickup truck inside.
That garage is little.
It's very little. I mean,
Nice, yeah.
you can't even put a car in it. It's a snow
it's
blower.
little.
Mike,
Yes, Chair.
do we know when this, property was rezoned from R20 to an R40?
I do not. I couldn't find anything on that. From what I heard, it was in the 70s, early 70s.
I spoke to Lisa. Was it Lisa Murphy? Was that her name?
Yeah, she was there a while ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. And she had told me, because I had just inquired about this 20 years ago. She had told me that the houses were there before the zoning came in. And they just picked up from the current zoning that was adjacent and ran with it.
What year was the house built?
54, I believe.
Okay.
It does predate zoning.
So would this be considered a non-conforming lot then?
All of them are not conforming.
Well, that it's not good. Yeah, because I don't believe the garage isn't 30 feet from the property line.
Yeah, it's 27 and a half according
Yeah.
to the diagram I'm looking at. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the setbacks even on the other side aren't 30 feet. So it's a conundrum, so to speak.
With that whole area.
Mm.
I mean, if my house was built today with half-acre zoning setbacks, I would pick up 18 feet on that side because I can be 18 feet closer to Southwick. Whereas the setbacks would be 12 feet and I wouldn't even need a variance because I would have that room.
Anybody else have any questions? I don't know, any comments? I'm just trying to study the map here. I apologize.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of looking at it myself.
I mean, we could say the changing of the zoning may be the problem that he needs a variance.
On one side of the property, there's a lot of land because of those 1 acre and over lots. And on the other side, you have, what is it, an access road to Southwick?
Yeah, that's Southwick's property. That's their emergency access driveway. It's on
Okay.
the other side of, it's probably, excuse me, it's probably 30, 40, 50 feet into from the property line.
Okay.
There's like a culvert right next to my property, right on the other side of the tree line. And then their emergency access on the other side of that.
Okay.
Mike, I just did a quick calculation, just roughly off the top of my head. If he were to make it 22 by 28, that would still drop it below the 11%.
We said it's 1,400 square feet, right?
1371, I believe, is the exact.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 704, 22 times 32 is 704. And 10% of 704 is 1% is essentially, we knocked off like 80 square feet, which would bring it down to about 28 by 22. That would give you under your under the 11%, which would be in the 10% window.
Yeah, I get 10.8 if he does 22 by 28.
Does that meet the criteria then? Because it's still technically 10?
Well, it's over 10. I mean, it's 10, but usually, you know, it goes up to 10.0 is the 10. I mean, it's just a little over, it's not much.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out some sort of, if he says 22 feet short and that's what he has now, I mean, that's square footage wise. I mean, this isn't gonna fly as is, I don't think, with that size, is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 10.86 from the other one is 11.2 in change percent wise.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really not looking at much, you know. You're looking at 1% over lot coverage, basically.
Mike, could I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead, Jerry.
If this house stayed in an R40 zone, would he have, he would have complied with the regulations?
If it was in an R40 zone,
Yes.
no, because right now he's looking, I mean, as is, he's only going to be five feet off the property line. I mean, if he was in an R40 zone, it still wouldn't apply.
Well, I'm in an R40 zone now.
The real, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would have twice the land though with an R40
Right.
zone.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, he would have twice what he has now for acreage.
Okay, because then you could say that the variance is created by the change in the zoning regulations in the town. Because he went from an R40 to an R20.
Well, if he was at R20, he still wouldn't have enough, right?
No, even if he was in an R20, he'd be looking for a 7-foot variance right now.
Right.
Yes, like I said, though, if the house was built today, it could have been built closer to Southwick because I don't need a 30-foot setback, I only need 12. So I would pick up that roughly 18 feet.
I understand what you're saying.
Like the whole house would have been shifted 18 feet to the north, giving me the room I need on the south.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, I got you. Okay.
yeah.
I mean, and also with the lot coverage, I mean, that could be part of the variance that's given. I mean, we don't have to meet if you're gonna give. I mean, he's looking for 25 feet. A percent of lot coverage isn't going to be.
Pretty negligible.
That's up to you guys.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Jackie, Christine, anybody? All right, we still have, Suzanne, we still don't have anything as far as comments from the public or anything?
No public comments.
Okay. All right, so I guess we could close the public portion of the meeting. Does Mr. DeClement have anything further to say before I close the public portion?
No, I do not. Just that the shed will be coming down, so the size of the garage was to try to consolidate the storage space into one unit instead of having the shed in the back that's currently there that needs to be rebuilt. That would come down and incorporate that shed space into the garage.
Okay. Okay, so now let's close the public portion of the meeting and we'll go into discussion and decision making. Any comments?
Actually, we kind of forgot. Now, Mike, the shed is technically part of his square footage on the property.
That would be, but if he's going to take it down, then we don't have to worry about it.
So then we can take that square footage off the record, so to speak, and add it to
Right.
the garage.
Right.
So that would give him an extra percentage? About?
I didn't add the shed in.
No, we've never added in. Jeff.
It was
Oh,
never
okay.
added
It
in.
wasn't added in.
Okay.
Yeah, The shed was never part of the equation.
Okay. Well, from my perspective, it's just an old lot that really didn't meet quite the standards when zoning was starting, based upon the size and the house. I mean, the house doesn't even meet current zoning standards as it is today. That's my point of view. Anybody else?
Any other comments?
I have a comment.
Jerry?
Gary?
Go ahead.
I would just like to say that a lot of this problem has been caused by the town with the changing of the regulations after the house was built. And I think we should give the variance at this point in time because the town was the one who made the who did the change.
Okay. Christine, you have any comments or anything?
No, I think I think I have enough information. I think, I'm good. It seems like I agree. I think that, it's kind of doesn't seem to fit with the zoning anyways, right now.
Okay. All right, Jackie, you wanna read the motion, Jackie?
I was gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's not his fault that there was no zoning when he bought that house and when that house was built. So now that there's a problem that arises, I think there's a hardship because it's not his fault. And he does need that garage. And he's trying to conform to everything that he should be conforming to. And he bought it before there was zoning. So we should take that into consideration.
Okay. Okay, so Jackie, you wanna read the motion?
Do we vote or we vote afterwards?
After, yeah.
I always say that. Okay. The zoning board of appeals grants well, we don't know yet. The zoning
Yeah, go
board of
ahead.
appeals grants the variance of section 32, Schedule B, dimensional requirements, requesting a 24.9-foot sideline variance of the required 30-foot sideline setback for a garage. Resulting sideline setback requested is 5.1 foot. The property is located at 37 Cherrywood Circle, Cheshire, Connecticut, 06410. Based upon evidence presented at the public hearing and the general knowledge of the members of the board, it is hereby found. Now, should I go on and read the rest?
Yeah,
Okay, that a hardship, lot configuration exists to the property and to strictly apply the zoning regulations would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in the same district under the terms of the zoning regulations. That granting of the variance will not confer upon the applicant any special privileges. The variation is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land. The variance will not result in injury to the neighborhood or public welfare. The scope of this variance is limited to which is indicated in the plans and documents presented at the hearing on January 4th, 2021.
okay. Okay, all those in favor of the motion? I would be in favor of it as well. So it's, any,
Aye.
all right, any,
Aye.
any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the motion carries. Okay, Mr. Clement, your application has been approved, but it is not official until it's filed with the land records of the town of Cheshire.
Okay,
You can check with the planning office to see when this is complete, and if you have any questions, you can get a hold of them, okay? They will let you know.
is that,
All right.
is that timeframe, I mean, I'm not looking to build tomorrow. Is it like a month?
No, they're just gonna let you know that your application's been approved. When you decide to do that is entirely up to you.
Okay, yeah, probably not till later in the spring when it's,
Yeah, no, it's entirely up to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your new garage.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any other zoning board of appeals business? I don't think so. There is none.
There's something.
Schedule for next year.
Oh, the,
Mike?
right, we had the meeting
I was just
minutes, I
wondering
mean, the
about-
schedule of meetings for next year. Do I have a motion to accept that?
Motion,
I second.
And second?
Jerry second.
Okay, so we have the meeting schedule for next year has been approved and seconded, okay?
Okay.
And I will call for an adjournment. And I have a second on that?
Hold on.
Time out. We gotta deal with the alternate schedule.
I didn't get an alternate schedule.
But usually you make it up.
Edit.
I mean, we can wait till February 1st.
I don't think the alternate schedule changes, Jerry. I think whatever we had last year is probably just goes to this year.
Well, you'll just have to send me an email. Since I do not have my schedule from last year.
Oh, all right. Okay. I'll make sure she sends you another copy of it, okay? Because I don't
But
think it
also,
changed.
my other colleague need it also.
Who?
And we do have a new person from the Republican Party that was
What?
not on last year,
What?
as far as I can remember.
So we have Jerry's an alternate, Doug's an alternate, Ginny's an alternate.
Yeah, that's it.
That was that last time that was done was 2019. 2020 we had no change.
Right, yeah, it was done in 2019. Yeah, you're right. So the only thing I could do is I'll check with Jocelyn and I'll find out if she can send us out another updated, but
List two. Okay.
because the one in 2019 has John Hinzinger, it has Christine Norton, it's been updated.
Yeah, it's updated.
I didn't think that for this year. That was 2020.
Now, the one I have is 2019. That's the last time it was done.
2020.
Yeah, there were no changes, Jerry, since 2019. So we had absolutely no changes considering, plus we went to online in March. And we didn't have a meeting, I don't think, in February, if I don't recall. I think January was our last in-person meeting.
And I know we're going to have a meeting in February.
We are?
I talked with Jocelyn the other day. She said she's got a person coming in for February.
Okay.
All right.
But again, the schedules I think should be the same from 2019. Just they arbitrarily pick names each month and then rotate every 3.
Right.
So I'll look at what the 2019 schedule was, and then we'll just go off of that because nothing's changed.
Do you have the schedule from 2019, Jerry?
No.
Jerry, I have
once
everything in a
the year is
folder.
over, I get rid of it.
I have
Okay.
Jerry, I'll send it to you. I have everything in a folder.
Yeah, I do too. I can make a copy of this and mail it to you. Okay. All right. So if we have no other business, I'll call for an adjournment.
Adjournment.
Second.
Second.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
All right,
night,
everyone have a good
everybody.
night.
Thank you.